Hello, hello. Sorry about that. Kit was sleeping, and then the second I hit go, he woke up, so I had to grab him his breakfast real quick. All right, Monday morning. That was a quick weekend. All right, so overall, starting on Monday morning, we have some decent movement out there. Um, Pound not doing so great, right? You're seeing I would say that that's probably the most gleaming thing out there. Pound dollar down 63, euro pound up 817, pound yen down 56. Percentage wise, again, obviously the 55 on the pound yen is not percentage wise big. No, here, here, do you want help? Here, that again. Um, sorry, he's at the stage where if like he can't get something out, he just keeps bashing it until it comes out. So yeah, Pop Tarts everywhere. It shouldn't be muffled. It's just my voice. No, it's just Monday morning. No, Kip was I gave Kip back the sickness, and I think he tried to give it back to me. So yeah, just congested. You know, it's 30 here for a week, and now it's back up to like it was 60 yesterday. So yeah, fun. Got to be fun. And I can't believe you guys. I missed this last week. Do you guys know that Hawaii got 5 inches of snow? Right, we're talking about everybody getting snow. I'm like, how did I miss this one? Yeah, the mountains in Hawaii got 5 inches of snow. I was like, wow. It's like, how about that for global warming, right? It's like, damn, 5 inches of snow in Hawaii. Come on. Anyway, this morning early on, you can see Swiss CPI on a monthly basis. I was actually negative, right? You're seeing accordingly, the pound Swiss up 53, which is good. We need to kind of get it out of the range that we're in. The guard speaking, well, I'm assuming we'll get some headlines, small ones, nothing crazy there. Then we go basically till tonight, and we have the CPI on a yearly basis for Japan. Now, again, expected to be negative. Um, it's not like Japan has been raising interest rates crazily. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll see. And then obviously cash rate tonight for Australia is good. Sorry. All right. I don't expect we'll get much change out of there. Maybe some context, but I think at this point it's going to be the same thing that we always hear. Um, I'd like to see what happens from now till news time tonight with this Aussie dollar. Um, Again, this should come in as a weakness based trade. Again, not that I don't think anybody expects they're going to raise it. It's just hearing what they're going to potentially say. But overall, I don't think Australia is in any position to where they could, they can make the comments about, hey, could they surprise? I mean, I guess they could, but I think it's a very low probability with the data that we've seen out of Australia. So, maybe. I mean, I guess it could be, could be a surprise, but eh, it's fine. It's whatever. Um, Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'd like to see what happens with this. If we can get the Aussie dollar to start retracing back a little bit. Again, we're having dollar strength rolling right now. It could be a nice little reversal point tonight. But besides that, there's not really, good. Not a lot cruising today. Tomorrow, we do have ISM services. The manufacturing numbers are big. Again, this is expected to go up. It's already above 50, not too much. But the JOLTS data is going to be the big piece. Everybody's talking about how, oh my God, the labor market has calmed down. I mean, when they were talking about, 5.5 mil, were the people looking for job, but there was 9.3 or 10.3 open. Um, yeah. Wait, hold on. Oh, must have just messed with me. She said Alaska Airlines is buying Hawaiian Airlines. I think they were already like partnered. Anyway, so again, Jolts will be a big thing. We'll talk before then. Obviously tomorrow morning at 9:30, right before this thing comes out. But that's going to be a big one. We hear a lot of talks about it. Powell last week made some comments about, it's way too soon to even remotely start talking about cutting interest rates, which I think is great. I saw an article that somebody said that they're going to cut interest rates 6 times next year, and I was trying to figure out. I'm like, are you on crack? Um, they said they were going to hold it till at least the end of next year, and then Powell's like, whoa, 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 what do we? Do? We're not even there yet. right? We're talking about not getting back, and you're already talking about cutting 6 times next year. Yeah. Um, what, Kip? Try to- He's choking on pop up here. Go ahead, get it out. Sorry. You know how kids are. Sorry, just trying to. I'm telling you, multiple kids is like it's crazy. Um, so that's the big one for tomorrow. As far as where we stand, you can see gold. Gold was the big story. Check this craziness out. Um, again, I don't know if we can, I mean, everybody at this point knows what the parabolic retracement is. I feel like this is like a perfect example, right? Sunday open, price jacks up to like all time highs over here, and then boom, it's all the way back down. So where we are right now, I mean, compared to where the craziness, right? We closed Friday, we are closing up here, which is way too high, and now we're all of a sudden back down to, back down to kind of the median point at below 2050. But yeah, talk about some craziness in there. I was like, what? Yeah, I saw this and I just laughed. I was like, wow. So yeah, little craziness there. Anyway, excuse me. VIX is up. Um, VIX is up, right? Um, again, a lot of times we do see these jumps over the weekend. Again, there is some negativity out there in the markets. But with the VIX being up, we also have the dollar up, right? Now the dollar's up, 0.5%. You can see from this morning from that 8:30 time frame. Again, nice little push higher. We are breaking above some of those highs. I mean, we saw over here, there's boom, there's another big hit, ended up going through, and then again, restabilizing itself down here at the 103.5 mark. And that's what we hit Sunday night last night. We hit that 103.5 mark, right? And then we got a green, red, green, but we didn't get really the pullback we were looking for. And it just continued to push higher and higher and higher. And now it's accelerating higher. And now we have the session roll, right? Starting that new session, we tend to see, a little bit of reversal. Um, all they got was the electric bass strings. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, man, are they copper? Are they copper? you know? Yeah, yeah, no. I'm waiting for the zombies, Neuro. When the zombies come, I'll be there. But anyway, seeing this nice little pullback, you're seeing the markets and the VIX, markets down, you're seeing the dollar up, you're seeing gold going down. So it's kind of moving and it's crazy. We've been kind of like playing here and we pull back and then pull in. We're not out of range of 104 again. I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, I gotta be honest. I thought we would stay kind of where we are here, right? I thought I was like, this is probably going to be the cap in it. We're out of the raise, and the potential for raises is coming down to nothing. Um, I think really, I don't know. I mean, right now on a technical basis, 104 is back on the table. I actually didn't think we'd get back up to 104 again. I thought there was a potential for one raise, but they've kind of pushed it and they've been really kind of quiet about it. And everybody is like, oh no, yeah, we're going to cut 6 times next year. It's like, are we done? Like, are we officially like, that's it? Data justifies no more. I still feel like the market could stomach one more if we need be, or we could let it go for the next 2 years. But it's odd that like the market is already like, oh, we're going to cut 6 times next year. It's great. Right. It's like, what? You crazy? Like, I still think we need one more raise, and you're talking about cutting 6 times next year. So yeah. Um, with the session rollover, not surprised we're getting a pullback after the big surge. Indices you're seeing 3 down, 1 up, right? And they're all down. I guess Dow is kind of flat. I mean, ES down 0.5%. It's a decent move already. NQ down 1.1. Again, that's a substantial amount at the open already. YM basically flat, and then Russell up about 0.6. I did see an article now that the Tesla trucks are rolling out of the factory, so I guess they've officially finished Tesla trucks now. I actually saw there was a video. My phone does this weird stuff where it's like, oh, these are the stories that we think you'd be interested in. It was a Cybertruck bullet test. I guess people were shooting bullets into the side of a Cybertruck, and they were testing it. I'm like, well, that's one good thing to do with it. But yes, it was and again, you can look it up on YouTube. It was pretty funny. The Cybertruck bullet test, and there was like 30 bullets shot into the side of a Cybertruck. I was like, okay, um, yeah. Anyway, all the commodities down. Of these, Crude being down 1% is good. Natural gas being down almost 5%, 4.8, 2.67. That jumped well past where, again, we like to see things. So, again, that's a big jump to the downside. Gold also down. Silver also down. One interesting thing about gold, actually, the article came out yesterday. Basically, there's still debate out there. Remember, it's 1 year from like yesterday or today or something like that, within this week, of when the United States decided to sanction Russia and put a cap, right? They put the cap on Russian seaborne oil, right? And it was seaborne because remember you know Europe was still trying to get some of it, but it was seaborne because they didn't want everybody else to get it. Um, there's still debate right now whether it actually worked. It doesn't appear to have slowed them down. We're into winter number two, and there's a lot of questions going back and forth about really was it with all that drama and are there new things that they can do to kind of still cap that oil at 66 or whatever it was. Yeah. So another interesting read, but seeing this down at 63, it's like, we're not far off. Not like everybody else is doing a whole lot either. So again, seeing the dollar up, dollar's pulling back, we'll be start getting a little bit of reversals over here in the commodities, and probably, this is what you tend to see, right? When this one goes down, these will kind of go in the opposite direction. Now, Aussie dollar. So also you can see there was again, this was a Sunday night. Actually, this was the European Open. Kind of that old, like, hey, listen, we broke through and we chopped it. We came to another area where we chopped it. If I extend this across, look at this. Look at all that chop. Look at all that chop. Look at all that chop. Right? And there was a little overnight position that you guys could have taken right there. Right? Right there. And about 6:30 in the morning, that one came back up again. And it was just a trend continuation. Remember, these things tend to be good for one. It may have made it to 1 to 3, but been pretty close. But we knew we had the area of interest going through. So let's clean some of these up. Let's get this over here. This one went past the 78, so let's take that guy off. Let's go down here and let's go back up just to give us a kind of a decent read. Yeah, that actually wasn't a bad long, being it right at a 50. Where do we go with it now? We do have an area down here to the 621.8. That's probably what we got turning right now. Again with the U.S. session. Um, eh, we know we have the news here tonight, right? Again, a lot of emotional reactions, kind of getting the machine rolling on Monday morning. We have about 20 more pips to go till that level. Could we potentially come up to this level and then start pushing it back down? We could. We could. It would be a decent run from kind of like here down. That's a pretty decent run there. Talking about 40 pips ish. So not really a bad spot. So not a bad spot. 10:30 reversal. Maybe we come up and play back and forth and slow down for tonight. But I think that's a decent level. I like to push down. Again, I can rub fids on it. It'll be fids. Yeah. Again, it is now a 50 wedge in between the 50 and 61.8. So it's not a bad level. If we're able to push up to there. Um, and at this point, we know there's buyers here, but we don't have the buyers really stepping in until this area right here, right? So it's not a bad spot, right? Not a bad spot. I think as far as highs and lows go, I think we again we box this off for this week here. Turn this green, but this really should be probably. Yeah, it's not bad. I think we get a roll off that one. I think there definitely could be a case made that we're looking to get short at 66, 50, 55, or 66, whatever. Not a bad spot. Trying to figure out if we take this one earlier. I feel like it's good enough right now with the overnight base. It could be. I feel like that would be a decent spot. Potentially the longs. Like I said, buyers here, but again, this is it? You know, are we look? Is this what we're looking for as far as beautiful entries? No, not really. Not really. I wish I could say yes, but not so much. Fine. Yeah, I think we look for this again. If we can get up there at 10:30, maybe we start looking for a reversal. Look for it to push down. Also, again, just continue to deteriorate. We can see here's Friday, right? Friday to Sunday, it just has continued to push down. We talked last week about having a profit target at 97.38. It came to 97.33, and we're still playing with it right now. So we are getting to an area where there are buyers, and there could potentially be a reversal in here. Right now, is this an area where I want to take it long? Not really. We know that it's been down here before, and it's chopping and chopping and chopping. So technically, here's 1, 2, and this will be hit number 3 in here. We got a little level down below, and then there's another little one. Look, there's actually this level here, and then this level right here. So there are, I mean, I don't know. I guess could we use this for news for later on? It's 8.5 pips. How far away are we? Let's see. It's 37 pips away. It's got a 26 pip 4-hour ATR. Could we, here, I'll bring this over here. Could we tag that one for here? It's not bad, right? It's got, it would need to continue its move, which would be fine, right? Which would be fine, right? Sunday open here. That would be, let's see. Yeah, it's 67. Yeah, that'd be 93 pips to go all the way down. Again, 73 pip daily ATR, so that would not be a bad reversal point if we can come down here. Oh, it's icons again. Whoops. Uh, if we're sitting here, I think that's a decent spot. Right? Not a bad spot. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Um, yeah, I'll go with that one. I think this top's gonna get smoked next time. Hmm. Amazon truck. I'm like, oh god, what's going on doing? Let's go euro dollar. All right, so euro dollar. So we just pushed through. So I just got this alert. It went off a little while ago. Um, we're looking for kind of the basing, right? We're getting the basing right now. Um, really, we got to see what happens next. So there's a couple things that can happen here. Again, these are the windows from last week. We already know what's going on there. We can run this down. You can see right now the level of basing here is right at the at the 23. Whoops, right at the 23.6. Right. Question is, do we push directly straight back up again? If so, I do think that there can be a push in here, right? But we are looking for more of a Harry Potter. So we are looking for down. I do really love this right here. I think this is a great example of um, a push. Um, as I said, we're kind of set up right now. If we're gonna use, right now, that's kind of where the base is. There's your 1 to 3. You're talking about 20 for 60. Um, if it moves up, it's going to be a little bit smaller risk, but I think we have something coming in. I'm basically looking for the signal, right? Um, all right. All right. So yeah, I'd like to figure out how to get short this one in the next hour, 2 hours. Overall, I think the eventual profit target needs to be at 107.29. I still think that's good. I love the racetrack there. I want to see where the basing is. I want to see what happens in the next little bit. But I think if we push up to 108.67, could be a nice little entry point. If we are getting basing in here, then we're looking for, if we get this, then we're looking for the push down, push up, and go. Okay. Again, just a trend continuation based trade. Euro pound. Um, Obviously that trade is from Friday. We were out. We did put a bottom in, so let's run this down. This is from last week, so we can take this guy out. Let's take this guy out just to clean this up a little bit. Mm. Mark these just to make it a little easier instead of dragging them around. It did go through just by a little bit, so we'll adjust this one down a little bit to there. Um, hmm. I'm stretching this out so I can look at the candles better, but the reality is it's more like this. So this one's like, oh, that's a nice move there. Look at that one. It's a nice move. Yeah, it's 5.2 pips. Honestly, I think that's the best entry we got in this one. Again, hit right above a little bit. If we can break through this little pivot here, I think we should be good. Higher. Just pull this one off. All right, yeah. So overall, we need to break through this little top side here. I think the two areas we're looking for, and again, use this as a proxy. There's not really tons of movement available in this one. Um, Euro yen. All right, so 160 we knew was a big deal, right? In this pair, and you can see it based in there, came back up and grabbed it. It actually did grab the base. There's your base sideways. There's your confirmation. There's your touch to push down. And there's a little area there, and there's like a small little area right here, right? Okay. Not a super great push off of it. Honestly, I like this one. I like this down. Uh, Buds, you all right there? You all right there, Buds? Hmm. Yeah, I think we could. I think trend continuation is the best thing on this one. And again, it is playing with the 160, so keep that on your radar. Um, we gotta grind through this little level, but if we can grind through this level, I think our next overall target to the downside is coming down here and tagging 158. Um, it's smooth sailing enough, right? There's a little bit of a hiccup, but if we can get this much momentum to the downside, it puts us at 158.24. That's kind of where we need to be. So yeah, I'd say right now again, target is 158. Basically 158 flat. I don't need to. Kind of where I'm looking for it. And again, I think it chops sideways. It's not in a great position to get into a trade though. Here's where our next turn was. So we were talking about what happened on Friday. Again, we kind of closed up near this mark, right? There was your Friday. There's where the news came out. We pushed back down again. Sunday was right here. We were sitting at the top, and again, it's the same zone. I don't need to take much off this one. Again, we're doing all the basing in there. It's funny enough. 7 o'clock last night, we hit that same level again. 14 pips worth of risk. We pushed all the way down. We didn't quite make it all the way down here. And again, I think it's because we had the buyer sitting in here, right? So yeah, it did go a little bit deeper though. So I think that's a good little sign there that it is deeper. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, where we go with this one right now, we do have a little Harry Potter tree down here. The fact that we came down here, we're bouncing off it a little bit. I think we need to drive through. And this comes in at 159.90. So I think at this point, let's get notification. Actually, let me pin this down just a tad. Let's turn this red. And so let's put an alert on that one. I'm looking for this one to go down. And overall, I do like this one short. And again, I'd like to see what it does, how it sets up for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for a short. I think overall, again, I think this is an interesting level to watch. I think potential, and again, I don't know where the potential shorts coming in. I want to see the base, but something along those lines. I like to see it continue further down. The nice thing is, yeah, there's a little bit of a chop back and forth, but if we start to get some momentum pushing down towards that 125, I think overall, again, as long as Pal keeps making comments, this should continue to push down. And again, I don't think the pound has a lot of strength left in it. Pound yen. All right, so you can see there's our Sunday night open, and what did it do? We just continued to drive all the way down. So it rallied up, rallied up, rallied up, and then pulled back just a little bit. Sunday happened, and boom, came down and tagged the 185, and that's what we were looking for. So let's take that off. Again, this profit target kind of got hit over here. This one pushed up a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's a huge driver. I'm gonna actually draw two different sets of fibs on this one because again, the trend obviously changed here, right? So if we do it here for more shorter term stuff, that one didn't hit. I actually thought there would be more in there. Right now, I'm going to pull this, chopping through this right now. Oops. This is what we're chopping through right there. It's doing good by using that one all the time. That's what we're chopping through. Unfortunately, this is not. Yeah, it's 30 pips. This is not the bottom we want to see. Just a little bit too big, right? But that's what we're running into right now. So if we can slice through this smooth, though, I do think there will be a reversal down here. There should be some. There was a nice push off here, but it did push it. Where the zone was established. And again, it was kind of an old zone that was broken through. So I'd like this one to reset. Uh, Actually, push that there. Yeah, right now I'd like this to continue down. Now we've been here. Again, I marked this off. This is, if used, this is the original formation, which it's kind of not. You can see another hit deeper, another hit deeper, another hit that pierced it. So we should be able to come down and actually base in this level. And then we're looking for a push down. So overall, I like that one. Let's change that into red, and it's on the watch list. Yeah, yeah, I like that one. I'm a fan of that one. Right now, yeah, there's levels at 61. There's a little tiny bit at the 50, but I like to see that continue further. Um, yeah, I think that's that one. Dollar CAD. All right, so Dollar CAD. So we had a little level here. We missed it by a little bit. And again, we marked it off trying to use the 61. We were kind of forked. We were trying to forecast with it. It didn't, unfortunately, make it all the way down. So it came to about there, right? And you can see it's still the same thing. You know, this is kind of a bigger zone. If anything, you could say that there's one there and then there's the one lower. It hit the one lower. It spiked up and then came right back down to the same spot. So, if anything, I would say that this one right now, the fact that it's basing here, we're at kind of a little bit of a risk, but I think it's more sideways movement than anything. And here's why: we got a level sitting right there. So we've already kind of pulled back down and then exploded and then came back down again. But there's a level there, and now we're forming. So it almost looks like this one wants to kind of base out. Um, yeah, let's shrink this a little bit. Hold on, let's see. How much is it? 13. Let's take this to here. Let's save that one in case we are able to rally higher. It's 9. Right now, we'll see. If this is able to go all the way down, it's just drawing where the profit target would need to be taken out of. So it's still looking good there. Still looking good there. So we'll see if we can get enough to drive through this. Opposed to going 10. Do it like that. Oh, big coughs. Big cough, buds. This is what we got at 135. Yeah, these are too far back at this point. That's actually what we're that. We're playing. But yeah, we've sliced through it here and here. Deleted that one before. A nice run there. 135. Put this here. But I guess we're trying to get short the dollar CAD. There you go. Two different short areas for the dollar CAD and a 135 in there. Yeah, not bad. So yeah, you can set alert for that one. It's basically, again, 135 is going to act as a magnet. It's going to probably bounce back and forth a little bit. Um, yeah, yeah. Jeez, buds. Jeez. All right. Yeah. So I think either of those two great shorts in there. Again, set an alert here. We can set alert up top. Right now with the momentum down, we got to chop through another little base behind it, so it's got to truly get through those two spots. What? Yeah, your nose is running. I know. I can see. You got boogies. There, that they got it. All good. Um, all right, so where we are right now, we know we had a level sitting there. Here's where we were Friday morning, and we pushed a little bit farther down. We didn't quite set the alert off, and it kind of came back up again. It's backstopped by the 50. It got front run. So again, 3 o'clock this morning, and then obviously from the news today, both pushing down. At this point, again, all of them right now look like we have that weakness coming in. So does it continue to push a little bit lower? Yeah, probably. Um, it's fine. I'm okay with it where it is. Um, yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'm good with it. Right now, we're going to be, playing with this little base level right in here, right? We got this little level of basing. It's going to act as an equilibrium, coming in with that 10:30 time frame. Obviously, the U.S. market has sent this down. Is there a dollar? Is there Swiss strength out there? No, no, not at all. Um, so with the kind of basing sideways, again, we'll see. I think there's a potential return on this one. I'd be very cautious up top. I still think the 87.87 is the best one in there. This has been here a few times, but it is a 50% retracement now. So not the worst. Not the worst. Ideally, what we're looking for is this to come down and break through this 86.60 mark. We have a dotted line and an alert on that, I believe. No. Let's reset that one. Different entry to that one. So yeah. So right now, that's what we're kind of pushing. So, but yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of does one of these 11:30 and then starts to come back up again. Not it's not big enough for me to take a long on there. Um, but yeah, I'd like to see that kind of push. Dollar yen. All right, so dollar yen. Unfortunately, we were looking for a zone a little bit lower. Late last night, it kind of came through. You can see 1, 2, 3. It started to form a base. We expect this one to drop. It came back up and used it here. Pushed lower, came back up, found them same sellers, came up, found them same sellers as well. So right now, just get them off. It makes more sense just to kind of clean it and give us kind of a new look. Um, yeah, I mean, right now, I think we need to get down to 146. Obviously, there's a base in there. It's 4 candles. It's all right. Um, it's all right. I mean, you can see there's some like 23% influence there, right? Overall, I'm okay with this one. I think it rolls down, and I think we really start to figure out what happens at 146. Um, Funny where this one has come, right? That we're sitting all the way over here, and it's like, oh, the world's ending, right? And then it's like, oh, did they intervene? A couple things in there, and now magically we're all the way back over here at 146. You know, big mover in this one. It's funny. This is like so reminiscent of like the 90s pound yens, 2000s pound yens. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's basing. It's got a chunk through, and this is not an easy run. I really want to see what happens when it comes down. I think it's gonna. Whoops. It's gonna have issues right here. Boom, 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 boom. It's gonna try to grind through. Um, we'll see what happens when we get to 146. As far as a trade today, though, not super. Yeah, we'll see. Um, yeah, it's fine. Let's go to crude. Crude continued to deteriorate. Nice little bounce there. Friday, right into Sunday, little pop, and then continuation. Used it. Um, stuff off. Let's get some of this out of here. 74. We got the pop already. Let's pass. Let's remove that. Let's go easy high to low because again, the traders love this stuff. Um, that's what we're running into right now. So as far as reversal levels go, there is a test up here. And again, when this was the low, you can see it didn't quite go up there. And this level looked pretty decent. Now that it's pushed a little tiny bit lower, again, it was pushing into a zone. So we know why it turned there. I actually like this area better for a short. It's just above the 23 though. So maybe people are, the shorts come in. I'm just afraid it's going to get front run a little bit. Um, yeah. Wish it was a little bit closer. I like this up here, so I think obviously if we can rally our way back up to the 76 time frame, 76.20 ish mark. Again, I think we start looking for shorts. Not super clean, but I do like how this is like that. We got one here and then one sitting right above it at the 61.8. So those are both good. I think tomorrow's jolt state is going to be the big thing on this one. We'll see if there's more force to hire employees, or if there's we're filling those blanks and it's truly low. Again, with it being red today, tomorrow would be the day that we get a little bit of reversal coming back. And again, accompanied with the jolts data, I think it's good. Wish this was a little bit closer, but there's a potential short coming in if we can rally back up to 74, 64, 65, right? 65. Just change this here. It's potential short to the downside, and it's okay. It's more of a pullback than anything else. So and there is a supply zone there, but we're playing on the 23 on that one more than anything else. Natural gas. Yeah. So natural gas, Hawaii gets snow. So natural gas goes through the floor. So we were calling for shorts below 273. It actually opened below, came back up and grabbed that 273 and then took off. So yeah. I mean, we were sitting here on Friday and what did it do? It pushed straight down in the Sunday night. So yeah, we were calling for all that downward pressure. Honestly, it's not a bad spot. There could be a case made. It was an old gap from a contract switch. It's not a bad spot. It's been straight down since about 8:30 this morning. There you go. Natural gas futures sync on mild weather outlook. Tomorrow they're going to forecast snow again. I don't know if they are, but I'm just saying that's where you tend to see that come in. So yeah, 50. I kind of like this one long, but I kind of like it where it is right now. And I'm wondering now if we start to base through, like if we start to chop back and forth in here, right? Is our next big push going to be down over here to 255, right? Again, mild forecast is in, but all it takes is one meteorologist being like, "Hey, this is going to be, based off of new information, this is going to be the coldest and wettest winter ever." I mean, Hawaii gets 5 inches of snow. It's like what? Um, that's sending natural gas down. They probably don't even use natural gas in Hawaii. Too expensive to drag it out there, right? Too expensive to drag. I can't even imagine what it is there versus everywhere else. Everything's more expensive in Hawaii. It's not like you need heaters on a regular basis, right? So yeah, I think it's there as long as we don't get any major blizzard forecasts. I think this one probably can get down. I'd like to see it chop back and forth, and then we make a push. Breaking below 263 ish, 263 ish. right? I think is where we can make this push. So not a bad one. I think it's on its way. Gold. Yeah, we kind of talked about it. You got this big surge higher. Again, it was also accompanied with a Bitcoin surge as well. And it's funny, you see all these articles about how, it's not really working and this person dumped the dollar and then you see Bitcoin move. When Russia has actually made the comments that they are using Bitcoin to circumvent the rules. Um, I don't know. It's funny that people, again, at this point, Bitcoin has been around long enough and it's got enough market cap overall that they're trying to make it like it's a legitimate, but it was as more of an investment tool, not a speculation tool. And seeing moves like this, it kind of is dragging it back into speculation. I still think, at this point, I still think that eventually they will just outlaw it. Um, Again, Russia has been bold in saying that, yeah, we use it to circumvent the financial rules. So, and they can't be any more clear, but people are like, yeah, it's a great investment. It's like, okay. Um, so yeah, we pulled back down. We're back right at that median level, right? Right where we were. Um, Question is, will this start kind of stabilizing, eating up the buyers here, and will we be able to punch through? It looks like, whoops, I'm just going to delete that one. Looks like we're going to run into some pivot trading coming in at 2031.80. Let's run this up and see. You can see it didn't even slow. Yeah, it's right around the 50 also. Um, yeah, if we can chop through this little, again, one, two, three. This is hit number four. Technically, it shouldn't hold much longer. Let me see where we get some help today. Oh, the help is right there. Okay, here's a question. It is wow. So what I was looking at is here's your current fib situation, right? You can see that there is decent selling right there. If we push down to here, magically, what did this hiccup do? You see it? Magically, this hiccup now became the 23.6. So yeah, so I'd say right now look for 214 or 250. Sorry, it's so close. Let's make it 215. Um, yeah, yeah. I think look for this to come to 215 today. Big drop, and then we could potentially have a reversal for tomorrow. The real question is again, we're not through yet. We got to get through. But if we start to play around it or kind of run out of steam here and then start to pull back again, this could absolutely, without a doubt, be the next trigger point. And there's so much basing down here. Once we get into the 215, 210 range, again, a lot of people will start getting sucked into, um, you know, obviously start getting sucked into that 2000 mark. So it'd be interesting, going from an all-time high, right? Getting these like all-time highs over here at 2150, and then all of a sudden, bam, we get back down and we start playing with the 2000. 150 buck different there is a big difference with that push down. So yeah, I think it's not bad. Again, silver doing exactly what it should. It's about double what gold is. Not quite double, but it's pretty close. And you can see what did it do? The old area of buyers, which again, one, two, three. This is hit number four, not great. It hit it, bounced, and then just continued to drive lower. Looks like 2450 is where the target is for this one. Again, silver doesn't have the same. I mean, this is obviously super clean, just boom, just to the moon. And then you look at silver, and it's got a push, but it's not as clean. Again, it was playing with that, that 2550. This one kind of immediately pulled back within, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. This one, two, three, four, five, took a lot more, right? To where the original push was. So not as much, but the overall result was the same. And again, you can see the speculation at 8:30 this morning came in and pushed it lower. Now, we're in the 24 magnet right now. It looks like, again, with it kind of pulling back and grabbing more sellers at 25, there's a little bit of a backstop. Let me move this out of the way. There's a little bit of a backstop over here. Look at this, right? There's buyers sitting right in there. Um, the interesting thing is, if we can, again, with the momentum we have, if we can make it through this 1030 time bracket, punching in sideways here, this could be a push almost back down to the 24 mark. Um, I mean, yeah, it's there. Um, Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. I Man, I'm wondering. Phew, got the range. Does have the range. Set an alert on that one. Yeah, this one may not trigger for a little while. I think there's a couple different reasons why it could potentially bounce before that. Not enough room here for. I mean, I guess there kind of is. Not the ideal Harry Potter. Let's pull this off now. We've broken it. Let's clean this up. I'm gonna leave the 25 on there. The 25.50. We'll leave that. Let's pull that here. See if that's gonna keep. And the candles I like are right at 25. Yeah. So let's see. We got it. We got a turn through here. Again, shouldn't be hard. You can see it's running into some problems right now. We got to get to the 23. We got to churn through. We got to push down, and then we'll see if we get the base in here with a push further. So yeah, it looks like it's on the way. That one's not bad. I'm okay with that. Let's see. Look at Tesla. I don't know. Maybe that bulletproof video for Cybertrucks was not a big deal. Like I said, very entertaining video. Very entertaining video. Let's look at the VIX. VIX is again spiking Monday morning. Look at the dollar up, open pullback, taking profit, and then surging higher. Right now, again, we're clear. We got. I mean, there's bumps in here. But the way they did the surgeon with 25 cents, I think overall, if the feeling today is that hey, listen, we're not as bad as we think. This has some room to run. Yeah, I kind of think 104 is on the menu today. Maybe we have a really I don't know. Maybe there's a really sharp 10:30 reversal in this one, right? It could happen, right? It could happen. Um, we'll find out in the next half hour. But if it doesn't get a sharp reversal in this one, I think we're going to touch 104 today. 104 is this orange line up top. Um, I think that's on the radar for today. So that obviously that will help. Let's look at the ES. Yeah, they're just accelerating through. These were levels from last week. Again, 50% at the open. Don't care about this. 7:30, 15. So yeah, this one was no. Did turn off that old level. No, it's unfortunately it breached below. So yeah, unfortunately, it didn't pull back enough. Um, but I would say that watch out. There is a reversal here. It's a Thursday level, but there is a level down here where we could see some reversals coming in. So yeah, we've had a lot in there. Nice little pullback, loading it up. It's all right. That's what it is. No opening print, unfortunately. And Q, same thing. There's the level from last week, right? And it's funny we broke through and then used it at 10. This one didn't even pull back. Yeah, the 9 red, the 9:15 broke through, killed it, and the 9:30 pulled it down before it pulled back. So it kind of did Harry Potter it, but again, Harry Potters are not really opening print type things. But it's funny that it worked out, right? It came down, it based, and came back up, and then went lower, right? It did that, but again, unfortunately, it's a shame it didn't pull up because there was some overnight levels that were tested up top. Just all negative for Data heavy week. Sell. What do we got here? All right. Just went into the level. 845, 915. We are sitting at 61 or 36, 100. There is sloppy level, nothing. But funny enough, so here, tell me that the round numbers don't matter. There was your bottom, right? Right there was your bottom, the 36 100. And then what did it do? At the open, skyrockets right up. Next candle 915, we touch the 36 300, and then we pull right back down. So overall, again, this one it's not the weakest, but it looks like it will continue all the way back down. Maybe we find a reversal bottom. Again, there you could draw the ascending candles there, and again having the 63 100 in there, I would say that's a decent level. Right now we're kind of smashed in the middle. I mean, this is down, but from where the open is, if this is where the opening candle was, right there on this green. Technically, yeah, it's red, but you're positive on the day had you bought. But again, parabolic move, and you're seeing that retracement come back down again. Typically, they come back to the origin of the move, which would put us right around there. Which again brings us lower. We'll see if we can get through the 1030 mark. But if anything, I would say that this one probably, if it comes back up, there's where the end of the move is. But kind of funny. It loaded it up. What? What do you want? I don't know what you want. I don't know where the bucket is for this one. Okay. Sorry, bud. Um, Again, parabolic move, parabolic retracement back again. Not much I can do with it. Russell, just completely inside. Unfortunately, this one, let's see, did the same thing. This one, I mean, you could have made a case that there was your level, right? This is a 3 o'clock in the morning touch. So you could have made a case, and then 4 o'clock, you could have said it came to here. But obviously, this kind of pattern here, you would have had to do it off this level. So, I mean, had you taken this one, you are out. The 1 to 3 is in. This is the only one that even was remotely close that there could have been somewhat of a debate, but there's your 1 to 3. You would have been out in the first candle at 9:30 today. And again, it's the only one that's into green right now, but it's not really. I mean, I guess it's, yeah, from where it is, it is green, but from the peaks in the overnight, you are lower. But it is the strongest of all of them, up 0.17. Again, only one there could have been any debate. Typically, the overnight rules are a zone form that confirmed in the overnight. It was confirmed, but it was a zone from Friday afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. So not quite the overnight, but it was confirmed in the European session, which is important. So yeah, it's close to one of a decent trade as we had. Nice strong push down, and again you can see the emotional response to it, hitting with a confirmed level. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, with that, let's go ahead and do our drawing in here. Oh, that's weird. Hmm, that is weird. It says 4 people are in, but am I wrong? 4 and 3. Let's see, can I? There we go. All right. I was like, okay, that was a little strange. All right. Um, hmm. Weird, 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 weird. But why? I didn't block anybody. So I was kind of like, can that person not remember? I can't say names. I'm not saying names, right? But it's kind of like, can that person not win, even though it says 4? Like, if you're not on this, I don't know. We should have done for science, right? Like, had I hit it, would that person have been added back, right? For science. I was like, okay, all right, let's go. Winner of today's drawing is Neuro. Neuro takes it with a 6. Neuro, did you? I think who won the last one? That's over here. Oh, you did too. Neuro, is that 3? It is 3. Oh, I didn't realize it was 3 going into today. Hmm. Yeah, for science. Yeah. All right. So leaderboard. Here we go. Getting a little bit of a kick up here. Again, not spending the. That was a good one because you didn't spend 10. You only spent 6. So sounds good. All right. So as I said, there's not really much else today. I do think the Australian the rate statement tonight will be probably a decent trade. We'll see what happens. Governance at a turning point. Right. But I do think that this JOLTS data, again, it's been the number one gauge for what everybody's looking at, what the Fed's looking at, to determine whether or not the labor market has actually slowed or not. There's been some craziness. There's been some surprises. You guys can see that it was, here, and they're like, no, 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 it's a big adjustment. And then it went higher than what the expectation was before. So there was actually an increase, both an increase in the previous, well, I guess a drop in the previous, but then the forecast was expected to come down. And now they're sticking sticking to their guns. Um, So we'll see whether or not that comes in as there or higher. If it comes in higher again, I think it's a nice little strong dollar based day because again, people are saying we're going to cut 6 times next year. No, we ain't cutting 6 times. But yeah, we'll see. All right, with that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. As I said, these are both great ones. We'll see what the trade setups look like right before. Again, being on half hour before these things come out is always good. We'll see what the overnight session does. But overall, again, we'll see if we can keep things moving. With that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. See you then.